Hello, everybody. Okay, just a minute. Started recording. All right. Hi, everyone. How you doing? Good afternoon. Welcome to our class. Even though you're seeing my face and I'm not seeing yours, but that's absolutely fine. I want to believe that you are doing good. You are fine. You're well. Right? Yeah. So we're going to be looking at module 3 today. Hopefully we're able to finish. So I'm just going to record the whole module, right? Usually we take one module for 2 weeks, but I'm going to record the whole module, right? Since you're going to be listening at your pace, so you can listen for the whole of the week. And next week we'll do another module, then we'll do our final module. And if you have any questions, please send me questions, ask me questions on our group chats, right? So I can answer them. So, module 3, we are going to be talking about coping with family environment. Coping with family environment. And this is a very critical, very essential topic because we are all part of a family. We all belong to a family, and it's important that we know how to cope, how to be, how to behave, how to interact, even with our family members. When we are learning these things about emotions, when we're learning how to manage our emotions, it's not just for people outside, right? It's also for people that are closest to us. And our family members are the first point of, contact with us. Okay. So the objective of this course, I need to zoom this thing in properly so I can see very well. Okay. So the objective of this course is to help you understand family dynamics and to encourage you to be a positive change in your family. All right. So at the end of this lesson, you're going to be able to recognize the different types of families, understand that every family has strengths and challenges. You'll be able to identify common sources of conflicts at home and how they affect your emotions. You'll be able to practice simple conflict resolution skills like listening and respectful communication. You'll be able to develop empathy by seeing situations from your parents or your siblings' perspectives. Okay, you'll be able to take responsibility, for one positive action you can do at home and create peace and support. All right. So let's get into it. Introduction. What is family? Family is a fundamental part of our lives. It plays a crucial role in shaping our identity, shaping our values, our emotional well being. Coping with family environment is essential for building strong relationships and fostering a sense of belonging. All right. So, in this guide, we're going to explore what family is, the different types of families, and how you can be a positive force of change within your family. So, ultimately, you are going to be that person that makes your family happier and healthier. Okay, fostering unity amongst family members, peace, such and such. So, understanding family dynamics. So, family is, when we say family, the first thing that comes to your mind is your biological siblings, related by blood. But we have different types of families, okay? Now, family is more than just a group of people related by blood, right? It encompasses the individuals who provide emotional support, care, and love in our lives. Family can be defined as a group of people connected by a different variety of factors. We're going to look at all the things that you can be connected by as a family. So basically, what a family is that, anybody who, or any circle or a group of people or somebody you're connected with that shows you emotional support, care, love in your lives can be considered family. So a family can be a group of people related by blood. That is your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, grandpa, grandma, your cousins, your nephews, your nieces, uncles, aunties. Those are family members related by blood. Then you have family members connected or related by marriage. So when if a woman from this family marries a man from this family, both families come together and they become one family. So that is also a type of family. There are children, including stepchildren, if or have children, if the man had children before or the woman had children before, once they come together, they all become one family. Okay. It's not a separated family anymore. Adoption. For people who adopt children, when you adopt a child, that child becomes a member of your family. When you adopt a child, that child becomes a member of your family. That child is now family because you're now in the position, or the person that adopted the child is now in the position to provide support, care, and love in the life of that child. Okay. Family can also be a group of people connected by close bonds, non biological relationships, such as close friends who are considered family. For instance, for me, I have friends that I consider family. In fact, I started calling them my brothers and my sisters. I don't call them my friends anymore. Well, that's my sister. That's my brother because we are so close. We are we love each other so much. We care for each other and we support each other. So we are now so close that we become family. All right, cultural or religious ties. So a family can also be defined as a group of people connected by cultural or religious ties. So communities and groups that share common beliefs and values. Most of my friends are in my local church, from my church. So they are from my religious ties, okay? And they become so close to me, so close that we now have close bonds and we have the same religious values. So we are family. All right. Is when you hear people say, oh, Christians say we are family, we are a family in Christ, or we are a family in God, or I don't know if Muslims use that same thing when you say we are like a family in this, our community, but that is what it can also mean. All right. So families come in various forms, right? So we are reflecting on it reflects the diversity of human relationships and the society. All right, so there are some different types of family. You have nuclear family. I'm very sure in social studies or which other subjects covers this. Mostly social studies, but that'll be like junior secondary school, right? Where you talk about types of family, you have nuclear family, father, mother, and children, right? It could be biological or adopted children, but it's as long as it's the parents and the kids, that is nuclear family. Then you have extended family where you have your uncles, your aunties, your cousins, your grandparents, nieces, nephews, either living together or in close proximity or they're far away, as long as they are related to you by blood, but not in the nuclear family. Your mommy's brothers and sisters, your daddy's brothers and sisters, your uncles and aunties' children, such and such. Then you have a blended family. All right. A blended family is formed when two people with children from previous relationships get married and live together. So, like I said earlier, if a man had children before, a woman had children before, and they come together and they get married, they become a family. So that's a blended family. All their kids come together, plus the kids they will now have to come together and become a family. That's what you call it, a blended family. You have the single parent family led by one parent, either due to a divorce, separation, or choice or death, right? Maybe one of the parents died, or the parents had issues, they got divorced, or they had to separate, or they had their issues or had to go their separate ways, right? So that could be a family led by a single parent. It could be either a single mom, right, or a single dad. Okay, so that is the single parent family. You have the childless family as well. That is a couple without children. They are married, but they don't have children, either by choice, because some people decide not to have children, or by circumstance. They are, waiting for to have children, looking to have children, but they don't have children yet. That is what you call a childless family. Sorry. All right. Then you have families of choice. Families of choice. That is comprising of close friends and individuals who choose to form a family like bond, like your bestie, your best friends, your very close friends. You make them your family by choice, right? So for me now, my close friends have become my family by choice because they're absolutely amazing and I love them so much. So they are my family and they love me too. So I am their family. All right. So let's look at some issues within families, common issues that you can have, in a family. In the context of coping with family environment and emotions, it's important to recognize that family can be a source of both emotional support and emotional challenges. So here are some common emotional issues that can arise within families. Number one, communication problems. Ineffective communication or lack of communication can lead to misunderstanding, resentment, and frustration within the family. It's important for family members to learn how to express their feelings and thoughts, constructively. Now, this is a common problem. It's a common problem. Your parents, this is where you now begin to say, oh, my mom doesn't understand me, my dad doesn't understand me. Or your parents will be saying, oh, you don't listen, oh, King Moro, you don't want to do this, you're disobedient, you're doing that. It's a communication problem. Both parents and children need to learn to express themselves in a way that they can understand each other. All right. That is a communication problem. And we're going to look at how to, solve. Yeah. So we're going to look at how to solve all of these problems. So that is one of the issues, common issues in families. The parents are talking, the kids are not listening because, they feel the parents don't understand them. The kids are talking, the parents feel like the kids are too young, that they don't know, they've not lived life, they don't know. Yeah, everybody has a point. Everybody has a point of view because we are all human beings and we all have our own personality. We all have our own feelings, our lives. So it's important that we feel heard, listen to, and it's also important that we listen and hear. Because if you want somebody to listen to you, you also have to be willing to listen to the person. We're going to get to that part when we're talking about how to solve these issues. Another issue that happens within family is conflict and anger. Conflicts are a natural part of family life, but unresolved anger and constant arguing can lead to hostile emotional environment. Learning conflict resolution skills and managing anger are crucial. Conflict and anger. I don't even need to explain it too much, right? It happens, it's a natural occurrence in family. So it's not that so the issue now is, or the main point is, it's not the fact that it happens, because it will always happen. It is how it is managed. That is why we're doing this course, so that we can teach you how to cope with all of these things, right? So conflict and anger is an issue. Mommy or daddy does something that you don't like, and out of anger, you're murmuring, no, 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 or you're saying things, your siblings annoy you, but you're hitting your siblings, you're exchanging words. Or some people go as far as even talking back at their parents, saying rude, disrespectful things, right? We should not be. Also, there's also the part of the parents saying things to the kids that can make them feel bad, hurt, angry, right? So we're going to see how to manage this as well. Another issue that happens in the family is stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety. Family members may experience stress and anxiety due to various factors, such as financial difficulties, school pressures, or work related stress. These emotions can affect the overall atmosphere. You see that your mommy is always angry or your daddy is always angry. It is stress and anxiety because adults go through a lot. That's the truth. Life is not a bed of roses for a lot of adults, right? And in all of that chaos, your parents are trying to provide for you, trying to cater to you, and little things just spark them and they're angry. It's not because they want to be, it's because they're stressed. They're anxious, thinking of what is my family going to eat? How am I going to pay the school fees? Also, on the part of the children, the same thing. They are stressed in school. Maybe you're not getting good marks, exam is coming, you don't understand, you're not, you know, things can stress children too. Teenagers also feel stress and anxiety. So it's not just adults. So everybody needs to be. Okay. Network. So I'm just going to pick up and where I stopped. Although I don't know where I stopped, but I'm just going to start a little while back to make sure um I don't miss anything. All right. So I think the last thing I remember talking about before I was cut off was stress and anxiety. I was saying that it's important that kids understand that parents go through a lot of stress and anxiety because of the responsibilities of running a home, what the kids will eat, school fees, house rent, all of those things. And the parents also need to understand that the kids also go through stress and anxiety because school pressure, you know, the kids also have their lives. They're also a human being. They're also going through, for their level, right? Things that kids will naturally or teenagers will naturally go through. Okay, so another issue that happens in family is grief and loss. Coping with the death of a family member, divorce, or other significant losses can be emotionally challenging for everyone in the family. It's important to support each other through the grieving process. If you've ever experienced loss, or if your parents are separated or divorced, your parents don't live together, you probably understand this. It can take a toll on you, take a toll on you. It also takes a toll on the parents, Okay, it also takes a toll on the parents, and this can affect, the oneness, the peace in the family, the unity in the family. So grief and loss is also one of the is a big issue, right? So in the process of grief and loss, it's important that the family support each other, support each other. And again, like I said earlier, we're going to look at how to cope with all of these things, right? I'm just stating the things that can happen, the issues that can happen in families. We have parent-child relationships. Adolescents often experience emotional turmoil as they seek independence and identity. This can lead to conflict with the parents, and it's essential for both parents and teenagers to navigate this period with understanding and patience. Now, this one is actually particularly quite interesting because as you grow up as a teenager, you want to be independent. You say, oh, I want to do this. I can make this decision for myself. I'm old enough to do this. You want to be able to make decisions for yourself. You want to be able to decide things about your life. But your parents are like, no, I gave birth to you. I know better than you. I've lived life better than you. Interestingly, both parties are correct. Both parties need to find a way to synchronize, right? Parents should be willing to listen to their children, but the children should also listen to their parents, because the truth is your parents have lived life longer than you have, right? I remember when I was a teenager, my mom would always tell me, don't worry now, when you grow up, when you become an adult, maybe you will understand. I'm like, what's it to understand? Now I'm an adult and I understand. Right? All the things that some of the things that she has said before, that I felt like now I'm seeing them from her perspective, because now I'm an adult, I'm living an adult life, and I completely understand where she's coming from. And I don't even have children yet. Right? So from the perspective of an adult, I kind of understand their own worries and their own point of view, which is why it's important that everybody needs to be able to sit down, listen, communicate, and do things together as a family, so that the family is peaceful, and it's conducive for everybody, right? I know you want to be independent. I know you want to take decisions for yourself, but how you approach it, how you approach your parents, is another totally different conversation. You don't use force, you don't use disrespect. That parent-child relationship is very important in your development. Okay? All right. Sibling rivalry. Sibling rivalry. You're always fighting with your sibling. When I was growing up, I was always fighting with my sister. My younger sister, we were always fighting. Always, over the littlest of things. Over the littlest of things. All right? Sibling relationships can be marked by rivalry, jealousy, and competition, which can lead to hurt feelings and emotional tension. Encouraging positive sibling relationship is important. Look, let me tell you something. No matter how much fight with your siblings will be one of the best friends you ever have in this life. Because if anybody outside rejects you, your siblings, 90% of the time, your siblings can't. There's just a love, and bond that siblings have. So it's important that you try to maintain a positive relationship with your siblings. Because your siblings are the ones that will most likely be there for you on your worst days, apart from friends. Siblings, you need strong bond with your siblings, okay? And a lot of times, check why you're always fighting with your siblings. Is it rivalry? Are you jealous, or is she jealous of you? Or is there a subtle competition? It's not necessary. Okay, it's not necessary, because you end up hurting each other and creating enmity. That's how generational beef, generational fights goes on. You and your siblings are fighting. You have children. Your children will not talk to each other. You transfer it to your children. Your children will not. So let's not, that's why it's important that we do these things and we learn these things now, so that we can practice them as we grow up. Another issue in family is parenting styles. Parenting styles. Differences in parenting styles between parents can lead to confusion and emotional distress for children. Consistency in parenting and open communication between parents can help address this issue. So, daddy says, you go and ask daddy that you want to go somewhere. Daddy says no. You're not going to ask mommy. Mommy says yes. Clash. And the daddy is obsessed with mommy. That when I've already told her no, why would you tell her yes? Clash. So the parents also need to be on the same page. They need to have one voice. No has to be no, yes has to be yes. Because confusion can also cause enmity between parents. And it's a bad influence on the children, and it becomes a family issue. Such that when the children also get married, the same thing will happen and repeat itself. and the cycle continues. So it's important that parents, right, understand, are you one in their parenting style, use similar parenting styles, agree on a parenting style. You as a child as well, don't do that thing of, oh, daddy said no, let me go and ask mom, maybe mom will override daddy. That thing is, it should not be done. All right. Another issue is mental health issues. Mental health problems like depression, anxiety disorders, or addiction within a family member can have a significant emotional impact on the entire family. Seeking professional help and support is essential. So if a family member has mental health issues, depressed, has any disorder, has emotional issues, it can cause problems for the family because that person will just be lashing out. The person will be angry for no reason. The family members will just be frustrated that why is this person behaving like this. So it's always important to seek help. It's not everything that is beating or everything that is shouting. Sometimes seek professional help and see how you can help this person and support this person so that it can help the oneness of the family. Okay. Cultural and generational differences. Cultural and generational gaps can lead to misunderstandings and emotional distance within families, especially in multicultural or multi-generational households. For instance, you're Gen Z, your mommy is baby boomer or millennial. There's a difference in culture, in perception, in understanding between two generations, right? Between generations, there's a difference. There's a difference. Or let me see what else. Maybe a Yoruba man marries an Igbo woman, and you're the brother, you're the sibling of the Yoruba man. You don't understand the Igbo wife. All of those things. So it's very important that we try to understand people, give people grace, understand that we all have different cultures, we have different backgrounds, we have different perspectives, because of our cultural and generational differences. How things were done in 1960s or in the year 2000s and not the way things are done now. The era I grew up in is not the era my kids are going to grow up in. So I have to be able to understand the difference. And as a parent, try to meet, the needs of my children. The children also has to understand that as well. That your parents may not understand certain things in this generation now. So give them grace, cut them some slack, okay? The mom is not wicked, your dad is not wicked. They're doing the best they can to the best of their understanding. All right. You are also not a terrible child, okay? You're doing the best you can to the best of your understanding. Another issue in homes is neglect and abuse. Emotional neglect or abuse within the family can lead to severe emotional trauma. Recognizing and addressing such issues is crucial for the well-being of all family members. A lot of times kids or teenagers are left to do things themselves. You cook for yourself, you go to school by yourself. Um, some parents are very abusive, beating their kids unnecessarily. Abuse is not just physical, emotional abuse, right? Talking down on their kids unnecessarily, calling them all sorts of names, insulting them, saying all sorts of things, right? It's bad for the family. In turn, the children can now respond, causing consistent quarrels, frictions. It is not good for the family. It's not healthy for the family. So those are some issues that happen and can affect the family dynamics or the flow of a family. Now, how can you be the change in the family? How can you be the change in your family? How can you be the change in your family? Right. Maybe before I talk, maybe just pause this video and think about it. How can I be the change in my family? What can I do to make my family better, to make my family dynamics work better, to foster peace, oneness, unity in my family, right? Write it down, think about it, okay? So improving the dynamics within your family can lead to a happier and more harmonious environment. Here are ways you can be a positive force for change within your family. Number one, effective communication. Encourage open, honest communication. Active listening to each family members. Actively listening to each family members' concerns and ideas. When your mom is upset, or any of your parents or your siblings or anybody in your family is upset, and you are also upset. I mean, we've done anger management. You already know not to respond immediately, so you don't respond in anger. Take a step back, have some time, sit this person down, and say, I want to understand how you feel. I want to understand what I did wrong. I want to understand why you think this thing is right. And I also want you to see my point of view. I want to tell you, I want to explain to you why I see things this way. By the time you keep doing things like this respectfully, politely, effective, communicating effectively, you will see that things will get better. And when the person is talking, listen actively. Listening actively means you're not interrupting them to put your own. Wait for them to finish talking. When they finish talking, you now tender your own and say, okay, I understand you. Oh, I understand your point of view. I see your point of view. This is what me I was thinking. This is why I said this. This is what I did. This is why I did this. You'll be able to have a conversation and you will see that issues will be ironed out smoothly, right? The bond will go closer. It may take time because some parents are not exactly easy to talk to because of the, again, generational gap. But when you are doing that, you will see, do it playfully, do it kindly, do it respectfully. You see that with time, with your siblings, with your parents, or your family members, things will begin to get better. Okay. The second thing you can do is conflict resolution. Learn conflict resolution skills, emphasizing compromise and empathy to resolve disagreements peacefully. You don't always have to be right. You don't always have to say, I told you so. You don't always have to say, well, I was right and you were wrong. You don't always have to, for the sake of peace and for the sake of having a healthy family environment. Sometimes, for peace to reign and network up. Okay, apologies, network cut me off again, but I am back. Let me see how I can make sure that I don't get cut off again. I think it's probably because I'm the only one in the meeting link, but because I'm using Google Meet to record the class for you. So let me see, just a moment. Anyways, let me just continue. So I'm hoping that it doesn't get cut off again, right? I'm hoping that doesn't get cut off again. So I was saying, talking about conflict resolution, right? Conflict resolution. So I was saying that a lot of times, so that peace can reign in the family. So that peace can reign in the family. You don't, even when you know that, okay, that you're probably not at fault, when something happens, I know that you're probably not at fault, you still don't, what's the word now? You still don't rub it in people's faces, or you rub it in the face of your sister or your sibling that you're not at fault, that they are the ones at fault, you know, stuff like that. You don't do that, right? Sorry, I'm really trying to make sure that network doesn't cut off again. Yeah. So you don't do that because you want the conflict to be resolved. You do what is called being the bigger person. You just let things go. You can always have conversation. Suppress I'm not saying suppress the issues or anything. What I'm saying is know when to know when to address issues, know when to speak, know when to speak and when not to speak, know when it is time to address an issue and when it is time to let go. Okay, even when you're upset and when you're angry. Again, we learned this when we were talking about anger management, conflict resolution. Very important. When you're hurt, do the techniques that will help you calm down, that will ease the anger, and then have a constructive conversation later. And we already said that effective communication is very important in conflict resolution. If you've not been able to master effective communication, you will not be able to resolve conflicts effectively. Okay. The next one is support and empathy. Show empathy and support to family members during challenging times. If your sister is going through something, Just because you fought with your sister doesn't mean you should be laughing at her when mommy shouts at her or when she fails an exam. All right. Show empathy, show support for your family, for your mom, for your dad, even if they scold you when they go through tough times, support them. Okay. Quality time. Spend quality time together, whether through family activities, meal, or shared hobbies. You always want to go out. You shall always want to leave the house. You want to go out. Try and spend time with your family. Spend time with your family, your nuclear family, extended family, your close bonded family. Spend time with your family. The more time you spend with your family, communicating effectively, showing empathy, the more the bond grows and the more you just grow to love each other. Okay? Respect boundaries. Respect boundaries. Each family member has personal spaces. So respect their personal space, respect their opinions, and respect individuality. We are all different. The same way you want somebody to understand you and respect your space, respect your personality, your individuality. I'm my own person. You should do that for the other people, to do that for your parents, for your siblings. Understand that we are all different persons. We have our own opinions, our own perceptions, and we grow differently. So be gracious and respect boundaries. When your sibling or your mom or dad says they don't like something, try as much as possible not to repeat that thing again. If it's something that you think you don't understand why they do not like it, that is where effective communication comes in. Have that conversation so you can understand why it bothers them. So you don't do things that keep hurting your family members. Okay. Lead by example. Lead by example. Demonstrate positive behaviors and values, setting a good example for others to follow. By the time you begin to do all of these things, by the time you begin to show that you want to change your family, you want to be the change in your family, you will see that others will fall in line. It's a gradual process. It doesn't happen at once. It may take time, but it will happen. So lead by example. Demonstrate positive behaviors. Be a role model. Demonstrate positive values. And you see, when you begin to set the example, others will follow. All right? A happy family is you. A happy family is you. Ultimately, a happy family is a collective effort. A happy family is a collective effort. Remember that your own actions, attitudes, and contributions play a significant role in shaping the family environment. So, here are some principles to keep in mind, okay? Self care. Take care of your physical and mental well being. Take care of your physical and mental well being, right? This positively impacts the family. When you are, you take care of yourself, your hygiene, your health, your mental health, doing the things that you've learned so far in managing your emotions, you'll be better for it, right? You'll become a better person for your family. So take care of yourself. Positive attitude. Cultivate a positive attitude. Be optimistic. Be hopeful. Okay. Even during challenging times for your family, try to be optimistic. Try to, hold up a positive attitude. Try to be that person that is just there, and that just brings hope, that gives people hope in the family, even when things are bad. All right. Empowerment. Encourage and empower other family members to be their best selves. Encourage and empower other family members to be their best selves. When your sibling does something, talk to them. When your mom and dad are down, you can talk to your mom and dad. You should talk to your mom and dad. They should be one of your close friends as well. They are your parents, but they should be close to you as well. Talk to them, you know, tell them how amazing they are. Mommy, you're doing a fantastic job. Daddy, you're doing a fantastic job. I love you so much. Thank you. You see that by the time you start doing these things to your parents, in time, they'll reciprocate rather. They'll also start doing these things, okay? Celebrate achievements. Acknowledge and celebrate each other's achievements and milestones. Your sister took first, celebrate her, right? All the good news that happens in your family, celebrate. That is your family. There's no need to be jealous. There's no need to feel like, oh, why was it not me? Don't do that, okay? Celebrate. Forgiveness, very important, because this is not going to be an easy walk. People, your family members will piss you off. In fact, the people that are closest to you that annoy you the most, okay? So practice forgiveness and let go of past grievances to foster a more forgiving atmosphere, right? Practice forgiveness and let go of past grievances to foster a more forgiving atmosphere. All right. Forgive, forgive, forgive. First, forgive ahead. Forgive in advance for the things that will upset you. All right. I know sometimes it's hard to forget. You can't just forget what they did, but what forgetting means is that when you remember that thing that they did, you choose not to be angry again. You choose not to react in anger or hurt again. That is what it means. So forgive, all right? So in conclusion, coping with family environment is an ongoing process and involves understanding the diverse nature of families, embracing your role within the family unit, and actively working towards creating a happy and harmonious environment. By fostering healthy communication, demonstrating empathy, and being a positive force for change, you can contribute to the well-being and happiness of your family. Remember, excuse me, a happy family begins with you. Okay, so for you to have a happy family, it all begins with you. It all begins with you. All right, awesome. So our reflection question, our assignment, which you're going to submit, is what what is that one small thing that you can start doing to make your family more peaceful? What will you begin to do from today to make your family more peaceful? I hope we enjoyed today's class. I'm going to see you in the next module. All right. If you have any questions, feel free on the group chats, till the end of the year, till the graduation. So just tag me, ask me any questions that you want to ask, and I'll be so delighted to answer you. All right, take care of yourself. Bye.